Is that a safety? Mighty close. Yes, it is.
Is that a rivalry? No one knows. Penn State beats Pitt 33-14 in front of the 7th biggest crowd in Beaver Stadium history. What a difference a year makes. Last season, we all made a big deal out of this game. Penn State and James Franklin just had to win. Well, turns out he didn't. Why? Because they treat every game the same. Now, we'll get to those comments in a second, but first, a recap. 109,898. That's your attendance for round 2 of the renewed rivalry. Grant Haley set the tone right off the bat. The defense was not going to be beat. Yes, Pitt dominated the time of possession, but in James Franklin's words, time of possession is an overrated stat. In the second half, Saquon Barkley puts the game away. Penn State clearly the better team. After the game, Franklin sounding like he knows it.
Overall, really, really good. A lot of different individual things I could talk about, but most important is we're 1-0 this week, and we were able to get a win. You know, that's what this was for us, guys. I know last year for their win it was like the Super Bowl, but for us this was just like beating Akron. You can interpret it however you want. I've been saying for 2 years that each win is like the Super Bowl for us. So you can interpret it however you want. Last week, we beat Akron, and it was a great win. This win, we beat Pittsburgh, and it was a great win. This win is no more significant for us than last week. So you can interpret it however you want. I've been saying this for 3 years. Each win stands alone.
Whew. Hot take over there, James. As you can imagine, those comments are getting some play. Beating Pitt is like beating Akron? All right, let me defend James for a second. You can't win with the media. If he says beating Pitt is a big deal, we say you should beat Pitt. Then we crush him if there's a letdown next week. He says it's just another game. We say, come on. So I get it, but he's kind of talking out of both sides of his mouth. Last year, their win was like the Super Bowl. For us, it's like beating Akron. That's kind of a shot, right? Well, the players having some trouble deciding how they feel, too.
What it means to me is another win on the schedule. When they won last year, I think it was a little too much. They just were too excited. They act like it was week 2. They act like they won the national championship.
Me personally, I felt like I wanted revenge. I wouldn't say they're a rivalry at all.
Okay, I think I get it. It wasn't a big deal, but you wanted revenge. I know we're guys here, but it's okay to admit you care. The new AP Top 25 released today. Oklahoma climbs to number 2 after beating Ohio State. USC leaps Penn State after beating Stanford, so Penn State now 5th. Ohio State drops to 8th. And Amanda, what that tells me is the AP voters don't think beating Pitt is a big deal either.
The voters have spoken.
Yes, they have.
Thanks, Pat.
We're going to be right back.